This is a quick showcase of Drako tickets. So in the name, it's obviously a ticket system. I have a bunch of dummy data here, so we can go into one of them. We can see the requester called Harry has raised a ticket with this. One of the technicians has responded, and they've set the folders back. Over here we can see a few things. So we can see the assignee, so Chris in this case, one of the technicians. We can see the group that he's from. So he's an application support, you have like service desk, networking and whatnot. He's marked the ticket as resolved in this case. We have priority, which is driven by a matrix system, which is run by the impact and the urgency of the ticket. He's created a category called service request and a subcategory data recovery. We could then go one step further and create an article and link it to the ticket. So I've linked this one here. I'm just going to unlink it as it's not valid. But yeah, if we link articles, when a user's raising a ticket, the suggestion system, I'll show you in a minute, will become smarter. Down here we can see the ticket ID. We can click on this and copy the ID of the ticket or the link to the ticket. We can see when the ticket was created, when it was last updated, if the ticket has any attachments. We can see history. Since I generated this data, there's no history unfortunately, and you can see attachments. You can go to edit. You can change the initial request. I've actually just noticed that the HTML is showing, which I'll fix that. You can see priority, which is automatic based on what you select here. So you can see as I change this, the priority changes. You can change who created the ticket, and you can change who it's assigned to. Up here I have a few options. So I can pick the ticket up. This will automatically assign it to my account. I can assign a ticket, so for Chris from the application support team, and that's about it. Or I can cancel the ticket. So if the ticket was created on mistake. Okay, go back to the ticket view. Over here we have a few things. So we can see unassigned tickets and service desks. These are called views. So views is something I've created. I can tick between them and you can see they change the filters. Over here I can adjust how wide the columns are. I can come over here, I can disable columns, and this is all per user. So whatever you make, when you make changes here, it's not saved for everyone, and I can add in columns as well. So you can see there's quite a lot of information we can see just in this quick view, and you can rearrange them so they're nice and clear. There's pagination, so I can change between pages. If I scroll to the bottom as well, I can see the page button. It refreshes every 3 minutes, or you can click this button to refresh the view. If I refresh, it will keep my changes as well, so my column widths and my views and whatnot. I can go create new views based on criteria. They can be private views or they can be public views, and I can add filters. So I can do statuses on hold, and the group is not networking, and I'll give it a name. On hold tickets. Create view. So it's put me in the view. It will add it to this list here. And you can see it has a padlock because it's a private view. I can star it and it'll add it up here. So you can see all these tickets are on hold and the team isn't networking. Okay. We next have the dashboard. So over here, these are called widgets. You can create your widgets and it will display data based on your tickets. So we have a few things going on here in my example. I've made open by category so I can see how many tickets are currently open in the hardware category. I can click on it and it will give me a quick view of all the tickets. I can go into the tickets, I can respond, I can see how it's progressing and whatnot. I can then see tickets not updated in 7 days, so it has all the technicians' names here. And I can see closed by month. And I can click on any data point and it'll give me all the tickets. It's quite smart. So service desk tickets, I can see them all here. I can customize, and then in here I have two options. I can add widgets or I can edit existing widgets. So for resolve today, we could go resolved in 30 days. So over here we have two filters, is closed yes, and close date is exactly. I'm going to do is older than 30 days. Oh, sorry, close date is in the last 30 days. My bad. We have a few options here. So we can choose how to display it. So we can display it by team, status, priority, and whatnot. In my case, I just want a simple number card. And we can have a few options here as well. So single number displays a number. We can have by month, so you can do it over a few months, like tracking it, and then the card size. So if I save that, you can now see it's free tickets shown. And we can see all the tickets here that are closed in 30 days. I can also resize widgets, as you can see. So I'm dragging, let go, and it's now resized that widget. And everything is automatically moves to the new line. You can see here I can change the height of it as well. Alright. I can also create additional dashboards. So I'll give it a name here called test. And now it's created it. I can favorite it and it'll appear up here. So I can flip between them. Creating a widget is quite easy. So we click add widget, give it a name, call it open tickets, give it a color, go status is not, close or resolved, and we'll click add widget and save. So we just created a widget here for all of the tickets that are currently open. That easy. Finally, we have the actual raising process. So I need help with Outlook. How do I set up my signature? And we can see on the right here, it's suggesting related articles. So we can see the top related article is how to add an email signature. I can click on this and I can see a guide. It gives me step by step on how to set up an email signature. On the right here, I can also see related guides. If I go into an account as well, you can see it then suggests other account related guides based on that category. As an admin, I can come into the settings area. I can see all of the users. There's quite a lot. They're all random, all generated. I can disable them, I can edit them, and I can change their role. Over here we've got a few settings. So mail settings, so when we send updates and tickets, so emails, we can customize the categories. So our top level category is hardware, and the secondary category or subcategory is desktop, laptop. I have a few duplicates in this list just because of me messing around, but they're quite easy. You can click on the bin icon, you can rearrange them. So the higher they are here, the higher they're going to be within your ticket. Ticket templates, so when you raise a ticket, it will automatically fill in some details just to make it a bit easier for the users, and you can automatically assign categories to that ticket template. We have a quote template, so when you're replying to stuff within tickets, it will look like this. And we have article matching. So article matching, it gets keywords within the new ticket creation, and it will suggest articles based on those keywords. We have Discord integration. So over here you can link a Discord bot. You can select between it creating private threads or private channels, and it gives you a quick step-by-step guide on how to configure it. We then have statuses. So by default, when they create a ticket, it's going to be open. And then we have 3 continuous statuses, and then finally we have our closed statuses. So if the ticket's marked as resolved or closed, it's going to be closed in our system. We have priorities, so low, medium, high, and critical. We have impact, urgencies, and priority matrix. So the priority matrix explains if a ticket is low urgency and impact, it'll be marked as low in the matrix. We have SLA policies, so if it's a low priority ticket, how long do we have to respond to it and resolve it. If we don't respond to it or resolve within the criteria, it's then marked as an SLA breach ticket. And then we have login providers. So over here we can enable Google, Discord and Microsoft. And we have some guides down here on how to set it up. And all these links are dynamic, so this is based on my project. I can click on it and just follow the easy steps here. And that's about it. I guess finally we have the article system over here. So we've created some topics here, and within the topics we have guides. Creating an article is pretty easy, so we can go to management mode here. We can create a new topic and we can create a new article. So in here it's a nice editor. So I can select the topic I'm creating it for. I can add my tags, which will help for the searchability, and then publish article. I can then see it's down here. It's currently a draft mode, so this allows us to edit it internally, and then we can publish it, which will then make it available for the users. And that's about it.